Well, I think that Deputy Martin should reflect on the situation that has evolved here. Because of the requirement to have an extra 3 billion of savings by 2015, the take from public pay here is $1 billion between here and 2015, or 35%, as 35% of the public pay bill is in there. The situation, Deputy, is that the unions and management negotiated this over quite a number of weeks, and the LRC put forward its propositions to the unions for their consideration, for their analysis and for their decision. And in the course of those discussions and negotiations that took place, clearly it's normal procedure that where unions sit at the table and negotiate on the basis of their members, and that letters of clarification issue to unions about specific issues. And that's what's happened here. There's nobody being treated unfairly here, and I'd suggest, Deputy Martin, that the best thing to do now is to allow the period of reflection and analysis that unions require, so that they can discuss this with their members and they can make their decision in the way that unions do, each in their own voting patterns. The arrangements, the outcome of the LRC paper will achieve a good balance of equity across public servants, given the complexity and the range of diversity of public service roles that apply here, as you're well aware over the years. And essentially they seek to ensure that those who earn most pay most. You're aware that those earning over 65,000 are facing direct pay cuts, and those cuts are progressive up to 10% for those who earn in excess of 185,000. And while those under 65,000 will have delays in increments, they will not have their pay cut directly. Now, the elements of the LRC paper have been set out. While all public servants here are asked to make a contribution, those who can best afford it are being asked to make the biggest contribution. Frontline staff did complain that they were being targeted, and it's clear now that they're not being targeted. Their Saturday premia have been retained, and the unions in the talks successfully mitigated the proposed reduction in Sunday premia from a reduction of double time to time and 3/4. And other sectors made significant and proportionate contributions to the overall savings, including teachers and prison officers and so on. So it's very clear that all public service workers take some impact in this agreement, and not just frontline workers. So I'd suggest that the process is now well underway for unions to consider, analyse and decide on their view on the Labour Relations Commission paper, and I hope that they do that. Clearly, Deputy Martin is aware that we made numerous comments about the importance of staying in at the negotiations and the discussions, and it is quite clear that the unions that did stay there did make an impact in terms of some adjustments. But clearly, the Minister has made it perfectly clear that the provisions of the agreement relating to pay and to productivity and reform will apply to everybody, assuming that they are ratified. So nobody is being treated unfairly in this context. Everybody's got a contribution to make. Those who earn most and those who have most will make the biggest contribution.